Welcome everyone to Living in St. Thomas, Ontario, the channel that's all about living in St. Thomas, the good, the bad, and everything in between. My name is Ian Pay, and this is just going to be a quick introduction video to introduce you to the channel, kind of explain what the concept of what we're going to be doing with it is, and kind of talked about all the different videos that we're going to be doing as we go along here. First off, if this is information that you are interested in, make sure you do subscribe and hit the bell. That way we can keep you notified about any future videos that we do. So just getting into the concept of the channel, basically, I've had a lot of clients that have moved here recently from whether it's within Ontario or outside of Ontario. And a lot of comments that I hear from them are things along the lines of, there's just not a lot of information about St. Thomas. There's some in the tourism section, there's some on the St. Thomas City website, but there's nothing really on the ground about living and being in St. Thomas. So that's really what we're going to be trying to tackle with this. Is going to be more of an educational PSA to the general public about what it's like to live in St. Thomas. We're going to be talking about the different neighborhoods in town. We'll be talking about different living options and the cost of living within those neighborhoods as well. We'll be talking about rentals and future rentals. We'll be talking about future development, whether that be with new builds or resale real estate, covering all those to give you as much information as we can so you can make decisions as to whether this is really where you'd want to be. From there, we're also going to be talking about things like food. We'll be talking about the grocery stores, restaurants. We'll be talking about farmers markets. We'll be going into more retail broad things as well, as far as, access to things like Rona or bigger department stores. Because again, living in St. Thomas, you might think that you're not going to have access to these things. But living in St. Thomas, we have those things, or most of them in town at least. And if they're not already in town, they're a very short drive away. And you might not know that because you don't live in this area. But for us, say to go to Costco, it's a 20-minute drive. And if you're coming from the GTA, a 20-minute drive to you, or really to us, and for that matter, is a pretty simple drive. So we're going to be doing some information about that as well. We're also going to be talking a lot about the other things that just make up a community like St. Thomas. We'll be talking about sports and recreation, from hockey to, our great baseball diamonds, to soccer fields, golf courses we have in the area, the curling rink we have here, which is an excellent curling rink. We'll be talking about employment opportunities as well, which, there's a lot of that in the news with the VW plant coming in, but there's also more than just that coming in. There's also been multiple plants that have been announced for London. So this area is going to continue to boom with education, and more information we can put out there for people to understand that, the better, educated and better decision-making people can make. We'll also be talking about parks in the area, because they do make up a big part of our community here in St. Thomas, whether that be Pinafore Park, Waterworks Park, Dalewood Conservation Area, Springwater Conservation Area, which is just outside of Elmer. All these make up the great things that you have around you when you live in St. Thomas. Another thing that we will eventually tackle too, it might be a bit down the road, is just talking about the communities that surround St. Thomas, whether that be Port Stanley, Elmer, Belmont, and down the road, we'll probably get into places like Mount Bridges, Strathroy, Dutton, West Lorne, just all the things that are kind of in the satellite of St. Thomas that are great places to be, where it's something that might actually speak to you who is watching this right now. We will be talking about things like places of worship, service clubs, and charities in the area as well, because those are some things that are incredibly important to making up the fabric of a community. And in St. Thomas, we do have a lot of great things in regards to our service clubs, places of worship, and our charities. So we definitely will get into detail with those options and just kind of how they help out the community as we go. And yeah, so we have a lot of planned content here. We're hoping to drop at least one video a week. And if you're watching this right now and you have any thoughts or any questions about, things you'd like us to cover, make sure you put that in the comments section, and that way we can get back to you and we'll be answering anything that's put in the comments section. And that's really going to be it for now. We're hopefully going to be dropping something next week for you. And yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.